Let's go, Uncle Money.
There's something called the marriage point of no return. So we're going to make mistakes. We're going to slip up. But there's a certain point where somebody's done, or it's going to be significantly hard to reconcile things, maybe unpractical. What is that point of no return?
Yeah. So I'm a fan of the Back to the Future movie series, and the third one not as popular, not as good. But there was a scene in there where the point of Back to the Future, you have to get up to 88 miles an hour so that you can shift and go back or forth in time. So because they're in the 1800s, they had to use a train, and so they had a color system. I think it was like green, orange, and red. And once it hit the red, that was the point of no return because the train was going to go off a cliff. Now, I took that color system and I kind of apply it. So whenever a couple comes to me and I do their assessment, I look at a certain color system. So green would be, you guys are good. Most of your interactions are positive. You have goodwill towards each other. So that's green. You may have a argument every now and again, right? But then you shift over to yellow. Right. Yellow is you start having more arguments. You're still good. You still have a lot of good conversation and communication with each other. But then you shift to orange. Right. Orange is that you're starting to have more significant arguments. You may start criticizing more. You may start attacking the character of the other person. There is kind of maybe 50-50 goodwill, but then there's also significant, disagreements and arguments and just disunity. This is really when intervention is needed. But if you just don't do anything or you try to like work it out on your own, you will eventually find yourself in the red. Right. The red is where you lose the benefit of the doubt. Right. So it's where almost this person cannot do anything good. You can't think of this person in a positive way almost at all. And just your interactions are strained. This is when you start seeing people separate and everything. So that is the marriage point of no return, where resentment has built up so much that it's almost the only reason that keeps you together is because you don't quit at the same time.
Wow. Is there any way to come back from the point of no return?
You need immediate intervention.
Yeah.
There is but it really does depend on the willingness of the person. If you're really willing to put the work in, and it's going to be expensive, right? Because you are going to need to spend time, going through the reasons how you got there. You didn't get there overnight, right? So I know sometimes couples come in and they're like, yeah, can you do this? And it's like, yes, we can. But it took you guys, 12 years to get to this point, right? You can't just give me 2 weeks. So, but yeah, they can come back. And it does take work, it takes diligence, and it takes practice. And this is what I tell couples. You got to move over here from negative connection over here to neutral, where you're learning, you're growing, you're unlearning some things and relearning some things. And then you can shift over here to positive connection.
Learning is so fun.